Title: The Recurring Nightmare. It started with the rain. Just a persistent, grey drizzle that seemed to mirror the mood in the city. I'm Detective Miles Corbin, and I specialize in the unusual. This case was definitely unusual. 3 victims in as many weeks, all prominent art collectors, all found in their homes, all with the same thing, a meticulously rendered watercolor painting of a weeping willow tree, its branches heavy with sorrow. The first victim, Mr. Silas Blackwood, was a gruff old man who smelled of pipe tobacco and old money, found slumped over his desk, clutching a magnifying glass. The painting was on his wall, practically staring at me. Then there was a Miss Vivian Holloway, a vibrant, eccentric woman known for her collection of surrealist art. She was discovered in her studio, surrounded by half-finished canvases, the willow painting dominating her attention. It was almost hypnotic. The medical examiner, Dr. Reyes, was stumped. No signs of forced entry, no struggle. Just these paintings and a faint scent of lavender. He initially thought it was a coincidence, a morbid obsession shared by the victims. But the second and third death shifted something in. Nay, there was a pattern here, a chilling resonance. I started digging into the victims' lives. Blackwood was a notoriously ruthless businessman. Holloway, a rumoured collector of stolen art. Both had made enemies significant ones. But the paintings, they weren't just decorations. They were meticulously crafted, almost too perfect. I brought in an art historian, Dr. Alina Vance. She identified the artist, a reclusive, obscure painter named Samuel Thorne, who disappeared 20 years ago, presumed dead. Thorne's work was intensely emotional, often depicting themes of loss and regret. Vance discovered something disturbing. Thorne's paintings weren't just art, they were gateways. Each was infused with a specific frequency, a resonant frequency that, when experienced repeatedly in a dream, could induce a fatal cardiac event. It was insane. Absolutely insane. I tracked down Thorne's last known address, a dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of the city. Inside, we found a hidden studio filled with canvases depicting increasingly detailed versions of the weeping willow. And then we found him. Samuel Thorne. He wasn't painting anymore. He was listening. He was listening to recordings of the victims' dreams, feeding them into his artwork, amplifying the frequency until it became lethal. I was trying to understand, Thorne whispered, his eyes glazed over. They felt the grief, the regret. It was beautiful, wasn't it? He hadn't been trying to kill them. He was trying to join them, trapped in an eternal loop of sorrow. As the officers moved to restrain him, I looked at the last canvas, the most detailed yet. The willow tree wasn't weeping. It was smiling. And I realized, with a sickening certainty, that the nightmare wasn't over. It had just begun. Title: The Recurring Nightmare. It started with the rain. Just a persistent, grey drizzle that seemed to mirror the mood in this city. I'm Detective Miles Corbin, and I specialize in the unusual. This case was definitely unusual. 3 victims in as many weeks, all prominent art collectors.